Let's see what is going to happen as the drivers prepare to do battle at Mount Panorama. And here is how the grid lines up ahead of the 22-lap strong race. Pole position, Kanata Kawakami for Lexus, put in a great lap time right at the end of the session. His compatriot and former world champion Takuma Miyazono for Subaru is alongside. Then it's Ryota Kokubun for Mazda heading row 2 with Nabatani for company. Next up is Tomoaki Yamanaka, a stalwart of the championship in the Toyota. He's got Lucas Benelli in the Mercedes-AMG for company. Then Saya Suzuki in the BMW M6 with Sasaki in the Genesis alongside. Next up is Sato in the Audi, not a particularly brilliant qualifying for them, but the big shock is Ferrari, winners last time out, only 10th on the grid for this one, and championship leaders Porsche, down in 11th place with Artemosso making a mistake on his lap. Goto completes the 12 driver strong field. As we said, 3 different types of tyre compound available to the drivers. Kanata Kawakami here, Jimmy, going on the soft early, seems like he wants to get away from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, that is the strategy if you're out front. Use the soft, use that clean air and just try and drive into it. The thing is, because no one's challenging him on that stint, no one's challenging him on the soft tyre there, that's going to be, he's going to be very happy to see that, because it means he can just use that tyre to the best of its ability. Miyazono, the opposite strategy behind for Team Subaru, going for that hard tyre, as does Kokubun. So they're going to be the cork in the bottle for the guys on the mediums behind on that first lap over the mountain.
Certainly are. So coming through Murray's corner, the final turn of this Mount Panorama circuit, drivers are in place. There's Artemosso. He's got the weight of the world on his shoulders to try and hold on to Porsche for their championship lead. We're about ready to go racing then, as the grand final of the Manufacturers' Cup is about to go green here at Mount Panorama. Action is about to begin. World Series 3 here in Tokyo is underway. Kawakami leads the field down towards the first corner, followed by Miyazono and Kokubun. Through Hell Corner we go. On the run, up the mountain straight and in towards the mountain section we go for the first timer. Start there, of course, which is spreading the field out courtesy of the rolling start, meaning that we shouldn't see too much action in the first couple of corners, but as we come over the crest of the hill and it begins to tighten up as we head through in towards Griffin's Bend, that's where we'll see drivers getting very close to one another and maybe trying to launch a move before we go into the one-at-a-time section.
You're saying that already. Look at the gap between Kawakami and Kokubun, who's got through past Miyazono. They're really struggling for speed on that first lap, dropping down from P2 to P4. Kokubun out in front now on that hard tyre. Nabatani, the first of the medium runners, eager to get through as well. But look at the gap, 2 seconds already to Kawakami out front. This is exactly what he wanted.
Amazing start there from Kanata Kawakami. You can see here Kokubun, he's going to be a bit of a cork in the bottle. Nabatani's on the medium tyres, so though they're not the fastest compound, they will be that bit quicker than Kokubun. Miyazono also on the hard tyres, struggling to get them up to temperature in the first few corners. Keep an eye out also for Yamanaka in the Toyota Supra. There is Kawakami putting up nearly 3 seconds by not even the end of the first lap. Through the Forest Elbow we go and down the Conrod Straight for the first time, and you can see how nose-to-tail it is throughout the rest of the field. Down the Conrod Straight we go. This is where we'll see the slipstream come into effect and where we should see the medium shot runners breezing past the hard shot runners. Here is Yamanaka on the back of Miyazono. That Subaru's not ever been particularly quick in a straight line. Miyazono in the Toyota draws alongside his compatriot and goes through into 4th position before we've even reached the end of the straight and in towards the chase. Oh, and wide there as well for the Honda of Nabatani. Kokubun ready to try and take profit of it, but Nabatani just about manages to hold firm in second for now.
4 seconds is a gap on lap 1. Kawakami's just gone, right, mate, I'm going to win this here. He's just left the field behind. Obviously, long race yet to go, but that's about as good a start as you can have, I think. Meanwhile, the battle for second and the rest of the hard and medium runners are pretty much all stuck together as we come onto Mountain Straight for the second time now. This is where we get to see the straight line speed of the cars. I mean, I think take a drink for every time we say that Subarus are going to struggle in a straight line, because that's going to be a big factor in this race.
It certainly is, and I'll tell you what, not a particularly brilliant start for the likes of Mosso and Hashima. They're still 10th and 11th as Yamanaka breezes past Miyazono heading in towards Griffin's Bend.
What do you do?
No, absolutely nothing. That's it. He's just a sitting duck at this point, isn't he? So Kawakami here, he's trying to break away from the rest of the field, isn't he? Well, he's already done that, 4.1 seconds. I think he's trying to channel his inner Igor Fraga. If you remember, what Igor loves to do is lead from the front, doesn't he? Doesn't like to get bothered by anything behind. And, well, his clearance makes no difference for the rest of the field. He's not going to be bothered at all, is he?
Yeah, we had Igor Fraga here at our lovely venue, hyping up Kawakami before the race up on stage. So maybe those words helping out a little bit, of course. Here are our drivers, you can see the bottom left-hand corner of your screen soaring away at the wheel. It's hard work, this, on the sim. You wouldn't think it is, but you can really work up a sweat trying to hustle these cars over the mountain here as they'll come down one at a time. A replay now. This is Copenhagen and Namatani. I think this is the overtake we saw earlier. Was he really rough on the replay? Let's see him again. He was through there, but I think he overshot it, as you said. They went a bit wide. Copenhagen tried to come back, and it's like they just about avoided contact there. Very nice, clean driving, but Namatani sending him like a pile into the left hand. Yeah, fantastic overtake from Namatani to be able to hold that one going through that chicane. And see meanwhile further back, as I said, Mosso and Hashima not making the progress that they would have wanted to. I wonder, and I'm not a strategist or a racing driver by any stretch of the imagination compared to these drivers, but if you're looking at Mosso and Hashima, surely I'd have thought the sensible one would be to get onto a quicker compound tyre and go and make as much progress up through the field as you can, as we see Miyazono getting off the hard tyre at the end of lap 3. Well, Miyazono there opting, as I say, just to box and get off that tyre. It's always been the way in these events that the hard tyre is kind of just lava. You don't want to be on it at all. But it's one of those things where you want to try and do that in a good spot in the race. So when you do go onto a faster compound tyre, we're about to see what Miyazono and Suzuki are going to bolt on a fresh set of Michelin tyres. Not quite sure what the compound's going to be just yet. Still waiting for them to make their way to that pit box. There is Miyazono. So what's he gone for? Soft tyres. Okay, that is an interesting strategy. So what he's done there is giving himself a massive amount of space. So there's no one in front of him now. And now he can just try and hot lap, because he knows if he's racing other cars, they get in the draft, he can't keep them behind him. So he's going to try and basically gain time this time. That's going to worry too much about Suzuki as well, because Suzuki, though he's come out relatively close to him on circuit, he's on the medium compound of time. Now let's have a look here at Cockburn versus Yamanaka up the mountain straight. This is for third position then. So side by side these two drivers going. Yamanaka just breezing past once again, and also Benelli getting overtaken there by the Audi of Sato. So that's up into fifth position as well. Now the field beginning to spread out a little bit. You can see the medium shot runners breaking away a little bit from the hard shot runners, aside from Cockburn, who's still got Sato all over his rear wing. Yeah, good fight here for fourth place between Mazda and Audi. Interesting, the gap in the front of Kawakami. Oh, Sato much quicker on exit there, runs into the back of Cockburn. That's about as rude a hurry up as you can get there from the Audi driver, and now they're going to be grafting down the straight. Now look at the bump I saw down there. Looks like they're maybe using the old stock car tactics there, trying to gain a bit of time on the cars in front. Will Sato go to the move? They go look in the mirror too, but Benelli's there. So up the inside goes Sato, up into fourth place. Does he yet? Coachman runs a little bit wide. Can Benelli take advantage of that? They're now just about side by side. I think that Coachman comes out ahead, but that's what happens. The racing is so close that if you lose one position, you end up losing another one just because you're offline. Coachman there deciding, you know what, I've had enough of these hard tyres, I'm coming into the pit lane. But what I was going to say before all that started is the gap in the front stopped growing. And Namatani there, who was sort of giving it all that in qualifying, is now on his medium compound tyre and matching Kawakami on lap time. Well, about 2-3 tenths slower a lap, but to be honest, that isn't so bad around here. No, normally you'd expect the gap to be about 1.2 seconds or so between the different compounds of tyre. So interesting to see there for Kawakami versus Namatani. We'll keep an eye on that. Cockburn's off the hard tyre. He goes on to the mediums then for his middle stint. Giotto also coming into the box in the Chevy Corvette from the hards, likewise on to the mediums. Now Cockburn ahead
there of Saya Suzuki. That's pretty important, but is he going to be able to retain that position as he comes up the mountain straight in towards Griffin's Bend? Because this could upset Cockburn's race here. He wants to try and run in clear air. Down the straight we go. Suzuki's on the outside. He's got the slipstream and he's got the place really easily there. And that's not what Cockburn needed. The crucial thing when you're coming out of the pit lane, you're trying to get the undercut compared to some of the other drivers. You need clear air. You don't need to be battling with somebody that's out of position compared to you. And that is going to really put a spanner in the works for Cockburn and Mazda.
Yeah, this is what we kind of meant about hitting at the right times. Here's Mosso and Hashima are current first and third place in the standings at the moment. They're going side by side, just about keeping things there. Championship standings, that is, a similar name for the race at the moment. But the drag race all the way down Mountain Straight. So this is great to watch for these guys and great battling. But of course, if they are swapping positions like this every corner, this is going to cost them a little bit of time. Also does go up the inside though finally of Hashima. But yeah, very close these guys right now.
Yeah, and then getting the better of the Ferrari driver. Here is Kawakami still continuing on. Having a look at the sector times, they're looking pretty okay still as it stands for now. He's just, as we said earlier on, driving a nice clean race. The gap up to nearly 6 seconds, and you can see there a look at the tyre wear as well. His front significantly more worn than the likes of Nabatani, Yamanaka and Sato on the medium tyres who haven't pitted.
Here the car through the corner, the tyres were screeching, and actually he was slower through the last sector than both Nabatani and Yamanaka behind on the medium compound tyres. So I think he's already, Saton, he's really worn those fronts. We heard him actually just before going to this race with Sasha saying that he's a bit nervous about tyre wear in this car, and we're seeing that already. They're struggling, that front end really pushing on. So understeer, if you're unfamiliar, basically think about it, if you're about to hit a wall. If the front hits the wall first, it's understeer. If the rear hits the wall first, it's oversteer. And at the moment the front is really pushing out. You can't get the car to turn as much as it wants it to, and those tyres are screeching in protest, and it's only going to get worse as the tyres get more warm.
Yeah, if you want a sort of more literal example of that, go to a supermarket, fill up your shopping trolley right at the front end and then try and turn it. That's understeer for you. Kawakami on board with him, the gap coming down to just under 5.5 seconds. It's still a nice comfortable cushion for him. He's just got to drive as cleanly as he possibly can, try and eke these soft tyres out for as long as is viable. He doesn't want to stay on it forever because obviously they're going to fall off a cliff at some point. That performance is going to go, and if he's on them, he's going to be a sitting duck later on in the race. You've got to time this tyre change to perfection, and Kawakami, you can see him there nice and smooth on the steering, just one solid movement going into the corners, not trying to soar away at the wheel and just trying to keep that gap at a constant. So this is what we usually see in these GT World Series races. Is it starts off pretty exciting. We get different drivers on different strategies all sort of working themselves out. Then we get a little bit of a lull sort of in the middle stages, and then once it all works out with the strategy later on, you've got different drivers on different tyres who have pitted at different times. That's when the race will really begin to come alive. I don't think Kawakami is going to be boxing on this lap or indeed the next lap, but he's certainly going to be on his radar before too long.
Interestingly, Nabatani is kind of matching Kawakami in the sectors now, so keep an eye on that gap. Here is Suzuki in the BMW trying to come past Tokyo. Of course, both those guys are pitting already, and Kingston's decision to pit early maybe not the best one for him as he gets overtaken in a straight line.
Yeah, that's re-overtake as well. We saw an overtake there, coming in a couple of laps ago. Cockburn managed to get ahead of Suzuki, and then Suzuki's gotten ahead of him in turn again. So Cockburn there now 1.5 seconds behind Suzuki. Crucially, he's out of the slipstream range. We've got Benelli for AMG, Sasaki for Genesis, and Hashima for Ferrari, all in the pit lane then here on lap 6.
So second and third both lapped quicker than first place on the last lap. So those medium tyres now are starting to come into their own. The soft tyres start to wear. So in comes Benelli going onto that soft compounder tyre now. Let's see what he can do on this stint. Comes out in traffic behind. I think that was Coquelin and Suzuki. So he's going to drive up to the back of these guys and have to get by on the circuit. So not ideal for Benelli, but we'll see if he can make the best of it. So watch Kawakami come over the mountain for the 6th time. Those front tyres now really starting to get to the danger zone, especially down here. You do not want those front tyres. That front right tyre in particular, you're just looking down there to 24%. And that for a corner like this, Forest Elbow coming through here, that front right tyre is pushing on. You're just trying not to put the car into the wall on the outside. That's going to get tougher and tougher. I won't be surprised if we see him pit very soon.
Yeah, I wondered if it would be actually the end of this lap, come to think of it. I said earlier on I didn't think it would be, but to be honest, the tyre wear has really gone down quite significantly for Kanata Kawakami here, and I'm sure he's going to be thinking about that either this lap, if not the very next lap for the Japanese drivers are coming through into the chicane we go. Now, does Kawakami box at the end of this one? Just to remind you, Lex is second in the point standings, 2 points behind Porsche. Points awarded for the top 6 drivers. Kawakami decides to come in then into the pits. A bit of a late call there for him, but all is fair and okay. They practice these pit entries all day. And Kawakami then, where does he go now in terms of the strategy? Does he go to the hard tyre for this middle stint, or does he try to go on to the medium tyre and try to weather the storm a little bit? Either way, he's going to lose the lead here. Nabatani and Yamanaka, who are yet to pit in this race, continue on, and they will take over at the front of this one. Kawakami in the box. We still wait for the decision on where he's going in terms of his tyre strategies. He comes in for a new set of Michelin tyres on his car. He goes to the medium tyre then for the middle stint. That seems quite sensible for him, so he's going to try and go for a long middle stint here in this race and then run the hard tyres at the very end of this one. The thing is, what this does now then effectively kind of locks in the strategy for the likes of Nabatani and Yamanaka, because they need to be on the soft tyre at the end, because their nearest competitor in theory is going to be on the slowest compound.
So interestingly, Miyazono, of course, who pitted earlier on for those soft tyres a bit earlier in the race, fastest man on the track at the moment, also has the fastest lap of anyone at 2 minute 0.6. Very impressive in race trim with that fuel in the car. It's now 5 seconds behind Kawakami on the road and is on the faster tyre. For now, though, of course, the advantage that Subaru has being a little bit lighter than the other cars out there. It does go through the tyres a little bit slower than the other cars out there. So you might wonder, oh, it's not fair, this car's slow in a straight line, but it's fast in other parts of the circuit. This is what makes the manufacturer series so unique. So many different brands, different approaches to going fast, and they're all using, of course, our balanced performance system, have a very similar lap time. So it's always very, very cool to watch. We get an awesome onboard shot from Miyazono. I mean, surely, if you're unfamiliar, one of the Gran Turismo greats is particularly Miyazono, and with Team Subaru as well, been a long-time Subaru driver, taking this manufacturer to the series win a couple of times in the past as well. I wouldn't want anyone else in his car. I think maybe Mick Gazelle. Come back, Mick, we miss you.
Don't forget about the QR code on your screen at the moment as well for more information about the drivers if you want to find out a little bit more about the men behind the wheel of the cars at the moment. I was trying to work out a way of putting that.
That would be a great opportunity. That would be an amazing opportunity.
Certainly would. So here is Miyazono then. Soft tyres for him. Of course, they're going to wear that a little bit quicker. Started this one, as you can see, on the hard compound, but he's running the softs in this middle stint of the race. He's in a nice bit of clear air at the moment. The gap between himself and Kawakami pretty stable as it stands for now, but Miyazono will be starting to eat into that before long.
Let's have a look at the lap times. Yeah, 2:1.3, 2:1.4, sorry, last time out. Of course, Kawakami with the box 2:3.7. So the gap has it's stabilised around 5 seconds between the two. So I think Kawakami is using that medium tyre, and Miyazono is coming to the end of the life. And let's look at the background there. As scary to see, isn't it, when you're in a little Subaru trying to make your way down the straight? Lots of cars in the background. Meanwhile, Nabatani still leading, 3 seconds over Yamanaka, Kokubun and Suzuki. This battle continuing, apparently. Kokubun goes back past Suzuki in the Mazda. They're being clever about it, though. They're doing it on the straights. They aren't fighting in the corners. These guys, they know how to race each other. They know how to be quick over a race distance. It's different to be quick over a single lap than over a race. And these guys have raced together for many, many years. So definitely a little bit collusion there between the two, I'd say. But I imagine that will fade away as the laps fall down to the end.
Yeah, pretty good show on the crowd here so far, aren't Kokubun and Suzuki as it stands for now. Keep an eye out for Benelli because he's not far down the road from these two drivers as well. You can see him there just flashing past the screen in the Mercedes AMG. 2 seconds now is the gap between himself and the two Japanese drivers, but also Benelli is on that softer, quicker compound tyre. Let's have a look and see how Kokubun sets one up. So coming out of Hell Corner, and Suzuki then a bit wide onto the curve. Kokubun, of course, with the advantage of the slipstream as well. Falls behind the BMW, falls towards the right-hand side of the BMW, and last pass the BMW quite nicely for Kokubun.
Most spectacular overtake, but it works. If it works, it works.
The good thing is they're not costing each other too much time, compared to the likes of Benelli, who will be bearing down on him, as we said before, too long. Interestingly now, one of the top three who haven't pitted, Sato, comes in on the medium tyre. I'm fairly sure he's going to have to go onto the hard tyre and then run the softs at the end of this race if he wants a chance at the podium. But I could be wrong.
Seems early. The rear tyre's failing a little bit on that Audi, which I'm not surprised. I've heard that car isn't kind to its rear tyres. But just to go back to Suzuki and Kokubun, I mean, they're not costing each other time, they're gaining each other time. They're using that slipstream to just slingshot past each other, gaining a few extra kph per straight if they were just riding on their own. So watch out for these guys. This might be a bit of an interesting strategy from those. Sato there going on to that soft compound with the Audi. Let's see if it can keep those tyres alive for more than a couple of laps. It does Miyazono go for one more lap on those soft tyres. We'll find out as Sato's come out just behind Sasaki, who goes up into 8th place for Team Genesis, and that is not what Sato wanted there. He wanted to be ahead.
No, absolutely not. He wanted to be on the soft tyre, as you said. But the problem is, it's so much one at a time as you come up through the mountain. You just have to sit behind him unless he dives to the inside. Oh. There's a bit of contact there, and Sato just backs off the throttle and allows Sasaki to hold on to 8th place. Now it's a fair old dive bomb going through the left-hander. You don't make many clean overtakes going through that part of the lap unless you've got a willing dance partner. Sato not able to make that move stick, but now he's just hemorrhaging time, and this could prove to be quite costly for him if he just loses more compared to Sasaki, and then of course relative to the other drivers who he was close to on the circuit before his pit stop.
Stewart's having a look at that as to do with any contact, but I don't think it's going to be, oh my word, Sasaki there getting it all wrong, and we're going to see an overtake down towards front, but we're not. Sato having to wait a little bit longer now, and this is what Sato was just, he was scared of this, getting sucked behind the guy in front on worn tyres who's just trying to keep it together and just costing you time. It's so frustrating when the driver behind there, but that's what you're going to do. That's racing, and sometimes using worn tyres in this way is just as effective as using your tyres when they're quick. Sato now pulling alongside. I didn't think too much opposition there from Sasaki. Sato up into P8, but that was a slow out lap there for the Audi driver.
Nice good overset there from Sato then, as he makes the position, goes up into 8th. Proving wrong in terms of the strategy as well, so he went on to the soft tyre. I thought he was going to go to the hards. Proved what I know, absolutely nothing at all.
We all knew that.
Takuma Miyazono, 6th position for him as he comes into the pit lane then from the soft compound of tyre. And let's see which way he is going to go. He'll already run the hard tyre, just to remind you, so presumably this will be the mediums right to the end of this race. As we said, the crucial thing for him is he needs a nice bit of clear air. He's into the box at the moment. Interestingly, Hashima and Mosso not far adrift of Sasaki for 8th position. Just to remind you, points on offer for the top 6 finishers in this race at the moment. Given the fact that they are 1st and 3rd in the championship for Porsche and Ferrari respectively, they will not be scoring any points so far here tonight.
We'll see. The race has still got 12 laps to go. Miyazono, I think, is strategy-wise, is playing this very well. I mean, he's putting himself in clean air, and he will be able to see that Nabatani and Yamanaka in heavier cars have managed to do 10 laps. It will be 11 laps next time by on this medium compound tyre. This Subaru, which is a bit better on its tyres, will be able to go longer than that. So yeah, medium to the end now for Miyazono. And again, see that mini-map on the top right-hand corner of your screen. That's the gap he's got to the rest of the field. So we can just drive into that gap now, try and get those laps. Basically, it's qualifying laps now for Miyazono for the rest of the race, if he has any chance of catching the leaders. Kawakami and Nabatani at the front now, the ones we're sort of watching for once the pit stops are all said and done. But interestingly, we still have 2 drivers who haven't been picked.
Yeah, Nabatani and Yamanaka really eking out those medium tyres, aren't they? They want to, for as long as they possibly can. So presumably they're going to either go onto the softs and run for as long as they can on those and then do a really short stint on the hards at the end of the race, or they're going to go onto the hards in the middle and then go onto the softs at the end. Let's wait and see what will happen for those 2 drivers. Bruce, they're going to come into the box as well. Look at the tyre wear. They're pretty warm, but they're not too bad.
Let's have a look at Miyazono there, checking out the big screen and seeing what everyone else is doing there. That's one of the advantages of being here, of course. You can just have a quick look up to the monitor and go, oh, right, it's on that tyre, is he? Oh, he's got that tyre wear, is he? I wonder how he's doing. But Nabatani, I've got to say, for someone who is relatively unknown to us, doing a great job so far. I mean, those rear tyres looking a little bit worn, especially that rear right tyre, which will be under load right now, coming through the cutting. They're doing a great job, very mature drive so far, with only half the race down at the moment.
Yeah, Sugi Nabatani in the Honda doing a fantastic job, as we said, podium for that team in Montreal. If you remember from the first World Series event of the year a few months ago, opportunity here for Honda to try and capitalise on their home support here tonight in Tokyo. So I just love this onboard shot, it's so fantastic. It's maybe the eye of an eagle down through this section of the circuit. Is this one of your bucket list tracks?
Yeah, I love to. I mean, of course, one of our German commentators, Florian Strauss, won this race back last 12 hours. He never talks about it, actually. But yeah, I would love to race him. Also, a reminder as well, we are live in 7 different languages by German commentators. I mean, English broadcast is best, we know that. But if you want to see what mediocrity looks like, check out the broadcast.
Checks in the post today now, I'm sure. Be happy about that. So we're at the halfway stage then of this race, and it's going to come alive, I'm sure, towards the very end of this one. So Nabatani, Yamanaka, the only 2 drivers left to pit at this one. Everybody else, as you can see, has made at least 1 pit stop. Benelli and Sato's tyres doing all right so far, but Nabatani does come into the pit lane at the end of the halfway stage, and Yamanaka also following suit here as well. So what Yamanaka needs, he needs a really good middle stint. Let's see whether these two will diverge in terms of their strategy, and crucially, where is Kawakami going to emerge? He's surely going to end up in the lead, because was it 25 seconds, isn't it, for the pit stop, and he was 15 seconds behind. So nice and easy there for Kanata Kawakami, and I think, if anything, he'll be extending that advantage. So this is proving to be quite nice for Kawakami, but just to remind you, he does have to run another set of tyres, the hard tyres, the slowest competent tyres, right at the end of this race, which possibly some other drivers will not have to do. Namatani goes soft for the middle stints of this one, and Yamanaka also following the same strategy. So all the drivers there, despite the fact they've started on different competent tyre, hang on a minute, here's Kokkonen, who's managed to drag alongside Nabatani then and goes through into 2nd position.
What a nightmare for Nabatani. That's, again, same thing. He does not want any traffic, and just that he'll be absolutely ruining that. Only a 10th difference there. It was a bit quicker on the inlap, that wouldn't have happened. But again, now he's got to try and pass him on the mountain. But interestingly, the gap before any pit stops is about 5 seconds. It's now 10 seconds to Kawakami. So really opened that up.
Look at Benelli here as well. He's having a really good bend from Tomoaki Yamanaka, both on the soft compound tyre, but Benelli's tyre significantly more warm, courtesy of pitting earlier than the Japanese driver. Samurai, as he's known by our Italian commentators. Oh, it's the wall there for Benelli. That's going to really put him on the back foot. Possibly leading under threat here from Yamanaka, who's got great traction and great momentum. Has he got the opportunity to use it, though? It's going to be one at a time through here, surely, and he's going to have to bide his time. Sato's there ready in the background to try and take profit of it as we come down through in towards the forest elbow. All of that momentum, but no room to use it there for Tomoaki Yamanaka down through the left-hander, and this is going to be a case of when and not if for Benelli to be losing possibly not 1, maybe 2 positions. Down the Conrod straight we go. Yamanaka has got the slipstream, he'll have the overspeed here. Benelli's car's quick in a straight line, but I don't think it's going to be any match for the newer soft-shod Yamanaka, who pulls alongside down the Conrod straight in towards the fast right of the chase. Benelli loses 5th place. Yamanaka's up a position there as well, and Sato is still lurking in the background, ready to take advantage.
Yeah, he did well to keep him there, but it's got to be a pit stop now for Benelli, surely. Into the bits he comes. I
thought he was diving to the inside there.
Mega lunge there. No, not quite coming in the box there. I think it's about time to get off those tyres. So soft tyres coming off that car will let you know what he goes on to once he pits. Let you know what he goes on to once he pits and gets up to the stall. So here is the replay of, I think this is Nabatani on Kokkonen. Around the outside, got the inside now for the left-hander, easier. But the Kokkonen also, I think, understands that right now this isn't the fight he could be in. Drop behind, try and get pulled on a little bit, save a bit of time that way. But yeah, a clever move there by Kokkonen, I think, to sort of let that one go.
I'll tell you what, said though, because Kokkonen and the likes of Yamanaka, not too far apart from one another actually on track as well. Suzuki in the middle of those 2 drivers, and Yamanaka on the quick soft compound tyre, new soft compound tyres compared to the medium shod Suzuki and Kokkonen at the moment. So he's going to be slowly creeping onto the back of them. He's already taken half a second out of those drivers on this lap alone in the first sector.
Yeah, so I mean, just shows the difference that the tyre advantage gives you around it. Of course, a little bit of skill in there as well, but the tyres do play a big part of that. Here is Kokkonen, very experienced driver at these live events. He was actually at, I think he won the 2018 Nations Cup event. Back when it was done a little bit differently back then, and I remember there thinking, man, this guy's quick, and ever since then he's always in the top 5, always there or thereabouts, and with Mazda is no different. On board with Yamanaka now. We've not seen him for a while, have we? Good to see him back.
It is good to see him back. He's always a driver who provides a lot of entertainment for us. You can see him giving you a wave down there in the bottom left-hand corner of his screen. He's driving nice and calm at the moment, and he looks to be in a position to count on the drivers in front of him before too long here, so let's keep an eye on the Yamanaka's progress in the middle stages of this race. This is the thing for the likes of Yamanaka and Kawakami, etc. They've got so much experience here. They've been in this position a good few times. They know how to handle pressure and races like this. You look to some of the newer drivers on the international stage, the likes of Shima, Goto, etc. They don't have the relative experience compared to those around them, and that could prove to be to their detriment in the five-event environment that we have here.
It's different. We say every time we do this, it's different racing in front of a big crowd, having two annoying English guys walk over the top of your racing. That's being yourself. Than being in your sort of comfortable space where you're driving. Look at the speed difference here. Will we see a move from Yamanaka? Yeah, he's going for it straight away. No time lost there for Yamanaka, up into P4, and now he goes onto the back of Kokubu. But I think Suzuki let that happen. In the background though, Sato starting to gain as well. I was going to say he did have the fastest lap until just then. Yamanaka setting the fastest lap of the race last time around, a 2-minute .2. That was faster than some people's qualifying lap.
Amazing job from Tomoaki Yamanaka. Suzuki just also hitting it into the wall, going through the left-hander of the cutting as well. Yeah, just a bit of a kiss there for him. And Kokuba now with a face full, or a rear view mirror full, I should say, rather, of Tomoaki Yamanaka. And again, this is a case of when and not if. You can't really make a move going through here, but we have seen Yamanaka very close. You can see him right on the ragged edge of adhesion through Forest Elbow we go, and down the back straight, and Yamanaka is sure to breeze past the Mazda. That Mazda pretty handy, the straight line, with its rotary wankel engine. Don't ask me to say that one again. Down this straight we go, though. Yamanaka's going to pull to the inside. Kokuman's not going to try and defend this one too much, I don't think, because Yamanaka, different strategy, newer tyres, and indeed the Japanese driver in the Toyota up through ahead of Kokuman in the Mazda.
Yeah, really nice move there.
An upset for some of the other drivers. I think the likes of Kawakami, Nabatani, Yamanaka, etc. They all owe the hard tyre at the end of this race.
Yeah, we're seeing that track position doesn't really matter around here too much because these straights are so long and you can just draft by the guy in front of you. But now it'll be a fast finish for these guys. So Benelli, interestingly, behind this back, as is Sato as well on that hard compound. So for Sato, really, that's kind of his race over. I don't think he's going to.
Fantastic race there. What a drive from Kanata Kawakami. That was absolutely textbook.
You can tell that he is sweating. He felt the pressure on that one. But as you say, Tom, that couldn't have gone any better for Team Lexus. We had.
you. Romance is dead. I guess I'm 6 feet under your spell. And as I fell, I wish it was your light flashing before my eyes. I just wanna be a John Malkovich, yeah. Get the big picture. I wanna get in your head. I wanna.
Bye.